Hey guys, let's fillet some halibut. Today we're gonna break down a Pacific halibut, show you how to make a nice little crudo with it. They're a little bit smaller than Alaskan halibut. Super lean, great white fish. You can steam them, grill them, crudos, any like raw preparation, ceviche. I prefer to break it into 4 quadrants. It doesn't really matter starting with the dark side or the lighter side. I prefer to start with the light side since the dark is usually a little bit thicker. It'll give you a nice flat surface once you go to that side. So I start with the head on my left. We're gonna come right along this collar and then right down this center line all the way to the tail. I'm gonna go up as far as I can, coming right around that little collar there. And then you can see this faint white line. It'll connect to this dark gray. So we're just gonna ride that all the way down. I'm gonna make myself just a clean ending point. So for the first fillet, since I have this fillet on this side, I can't really comfortably get my knife in. So I prefer to work all the way through to the fin on this first fillet side. So tip your knife in, we're gonna come all the way down just to where this fin meets. So just really gently pulling the fillet up, now my hand can come in. Again, we're gonna go all the way down to the fin. And then right here, you're gonna hit just a little bit of bone. We're gonna go through it. I'll grab my more sturdy knife, breaking that collarbone.
What's that orange part?
This is our egg sac. Bringing the head to my right-hand side. This side we're gonna do long strokes all the way to the head since we have an easier access point at this little rib cage. So entering your knife in, I'm not going all the way to the fin. These are gonna be shorter all the way down strokes. You're gonna hit a little bit of tendon up at the top, totally fine. You just might feel a little bit of resistance. We're coming all the way down to the tail. And again, all the way to the head. I'm gonna switch to my shorter, kind of more sturdy knife to break through right at these fins. You're just bracing the fish, not pulling it at all. And she's out. Okay, so now we're gonna move to the other side of the fillet, or the fish. So again, head on my left-hand side. This one, the center line is a little bit harder to see, but putting your fingers down in the middle, you can feel it. Coming high up on the collar. And when you look in the collar, you can see where it separates. So we're starting right at that little red mark, all the way down to the tail again. And I prefer to use a shorter, stiff blade when I'm making my first initial cuts. We're gonna do the same process on this side where shorter on the knife all the way down to the fin. This one's a little bit deeper, so you're gonna get your tip of your knife all the way in, gently kind of just supporting the fish as you lift it up. All the way down. And then this one, I do like to switch to the shorter one just to get through those little tendons. Putting the head to my right-hand side. And this one, we're gonna do one continuous stroke right until you hit that little set of bones up at the top. And we're gonna break through them.
Who taught you how to cook fish?
Chris Franks, our resident fisherman. So this halibut is coming from San Francisco Bay. So it's gonna be a little bit smaller than, you know, the super fatty Alaskan halibut. That's why I love doing it as a crudo or some type of raw preparation. Once we get to here, you can cut out the cheeks, save all this kind of meat. I feel like once you understand, like seeing the anatomy of it, it's really simple. There's no bones, little pin bones to pick out. It's just a nice, clean, firm white fish. Let's make a crudo. We're gonna make just a really simple crudo. Crudo is just any raw preparation of protein, vegetable, anything really. Today we got some really gorgeous sunken seaweed from up in Humboldt that we're gonna use. But first we're going to skin our fillet. I prefer to go into my body. It looks stupid. When I try and go away from my body, my knife tends to come up a little bit and I lose more of the meat. I like to create a little notch right at the end here, right just above the skin, but it's just so I can grip with my hand. You're not pulling, you're just anchoring the back of your fillet. Go as fast or as slow as you need. Small kind of sawing motions as you pull your knife through. Let's see. Perfect. Trying not to leave on too much of the meat onto your skin. You can dry this, fry it, make some snacks. I am gonna snip off just this little tendon piece since we are making it for a crudo. The meat is great, totally fine, just the mouthfeel can be a little bit harder. You wanna go thin, but you still want some type of bite on your fish. So I'll start it. We're going, I don't know, I don't work for maintenance. How big is that? Quarter inch. I like to insert my knife as I'm going away from my body, hitting the cutting board back here. I'll gently brace with my fingers, pulling it through. I start even with the fish. As I move back, I gradually start going at an angle, just so when you get to the tail pieces, they're still large enough. And if you're making any type of raw preparation, as fresh as possible is best. If you're using any previously frozen fish, make sure it is blast frozen and use it as soon as it defrosts. Fresh is best, in my opinion, just specifically for raw preparations. Okay, ingredients. We have this really gorgeous seaweed from Sunken Seaweed up in Humboldt. We have some ogo and then dulse. We also have a little bit of the same dulse but fried. Super nice, crunchy. I made just a really simple dressing with some yuzu, shallots, serrano, a little bit of lemon juice, sesame oil, and a little bit of rice wine vinegar. Lightly dressing the seaweed because it's just really beautiful on its own. They come in these really nice, like little bushes. We're gonna break it up a little bit. And we're just gonna kind of tuck and lay the fish. I think we're gonna put a little more of that dressing on it. We're gonna do a little bit of green onion. And we like it spicy, so we're gonna put some serranos in. She's ready. I just need someone to eat it.
I'm excited. What do we have here?
It is San Francisco Bay halibut with ogo and dulse from Sunken Seaweed. A little bit of sesame oil, serrano.
It's amazing. It's delicate, got just enough acidity, not too much spice, and really interesting flavors from the seaweed.
I want some more serrano though.
It's like a bougie poke bowl.
Yeah. Thank you for watching our halibut breakdown. Let us know what kind of fish you'd like us to do next. It's so drooly. Is that good?
Whoa, bam!
We gonna eat her.